Get straight into it this week. We're going to get straight into the games that we want to have a chat with. I'm going to get started with me because I just want to have a quick chat about something. So over the last week, I discovered a game through Steam called Stellaris Nexus. The reason why I wanted to bring this up is that we just did a Let's Play of this on our YouTube channel at BG Gateway on YouTube, if you'd like to go and have a look at it. But the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because it essentially has taken what is the Twilight Imperium formula and condensed it down into 90 minutes. So I want to give you a quick overview. So Stellaris Nexus is Stellaris. The universe is a very big, well-known space sci-fi epic civilization game, 4X. The 4Xs, if you've never heard that phrase, stand for expand, exploit, explore, and exterminate, I believe, are the 4Xs.
It is indeed.
And so I did that in the wrong order. Expand should be first. Expand, exploit, explore, etc.
No. I've played TI. It's very possible to exterminate on turn one.
Absolutely.
You'll lose, but it's very possible.
Absolutely it is. So that's this game. But what this does is it's not made by the same company. It's not made by Paradox. It's made by a separate company. But they've taken the Stellaris universe and kind of actually turned it into a board game, very reminiscent of TI. The main focus of the game, however, is that unlike having action points and commands, the way that it works is that every action that you have a whole bunch of different resources. Similar, you've got production that costs you to build buildings and build, ships. You've got money that allows you to, buy extra research and tech and all that stuff. So the usual kind of stuff you would expect. But the way that it works is you have this one particular resource called support. And every action you do costs you support. The first action you do is cost you 1. The second action costs you 2. The third costs you 3, so on and so forth. So you are stacking up your support and you are trying to balance the amount of planets that you have versus how many actions you can actually do on your turn. Because moving your ships, the first ship only costs you 1 support, but the second ship that you move costs you 2 support. Then you have these unique powers called edicts, and they're like special abilities. Like they're essentially the command strategy cards from Twilight Imperium. Like, hey, this time I can do construction to build a building, or I can do research to do the tech. So if I want to do it, I have to really plan out how many I have. I really, really dig this game, guys. I know I've been pumping this on our Discord and to a few people because I really want to play this with some people because it takes that Twilight Imperium formula. Like the map is basically a hex grid with hyperlanes, and the winner is the first person to 100 points, similar to TI, which is like first to 10 or first to 14 points. So you're trying to get the objectives done to get points. And I'm literally looking at this going, I cannot see. If you like Twilight, you should be playing this game. And I know you guys have been listening to me talk about it for a while, and by a while I mean all of this week. I literally have not shut up about it.
It's true.
It's very true.
Yeah, but the similarities do not end there. I mean, like you've got the 6 different beginner races. They're all like have different focus. So you've got the humans who are good at like the council. Then you've got the technocrats. You've got the culture guys. You've got the guys who are essentially the Sardak.
The necrovirus.
The necrovirus. Well, you got this one. One of the guys is basically every time you go and do a battle with anyone, get an extra support. Like they just want to keep attacking to get more moves to do more attacking and stuff like that. So really, really interesting. I just wanted to bring that up because I know you two haven't played it, but I wanted to start this off because if you're listening to this and you are thinking, well, first of all, it's free. It's a free demo that you can go and download. I really recommend playing it. But 2, I just wanted to kind of, it's kind of that weird gray area of it's not a board game, but it is. It's a computer game, if that makes sense, but it's like...
Does it have a physical manifestation?
No, it's not. It is quite simply a digital board game, right? And that's what I'm saying, which is
I think that still counts.
It counts.
It wouldn't surprise me if I was to see a version of this game make it to tabletop. That's how good it was. But there are a few things in terms of different resource counters and stuff. So it is like you have to, be aware of your production. There's a lot more resource management stuff than you would expect in like games like Twilight or Eclipse. So you'd have to be careful with that. But from a digital implementation, like there were like anomalies, there's like saying there's hidden information, there's trading, there's all of that stuff that we love. So
how does that work? Just changing the focus here. How does it work for the people who design that if they're giving it away for free and there's no physical game to buy? How
Well, that's the thing. I don't think
is the aim to eventually, like, is it a beta thing or?
it just says it's a free demo. So this is a company that has been, I reckon they actually designed the game and got probably picked up by Paradox to put it in the Stellaris universe.
Right.
It wouldn't surprise me though in the full game if they actually have a lot more races, a lot more different maps, different edicts and stuff, more content similar to what I would assume that they would have. But this game, even though it's only on a computer at the moment, I very much could see that this could be very easily implemented into almost an under 2 hour sort of tabletop version of it.
Just on that's kind of my question on this, because like two games I really do enjoy. One in particular is a favorite of mine, Eclipse, and I do like the odd game of TI. It's too long, but I'll play it. It's fine. But where they primarily differ, and I do like this about TI, even though this is a thing that I feel gives it its weight, it's the length behind it, is are the various phases of negotiation.
Yeah.
Do you still get that in this game?
There is edict cards that do allow you to actually do diplomacy with other people. You can trade texts with each other. You can
but
create.
It's not built into the game every round.
It can be but you have to draw the diplomacy card. Now there is an edict card called Politics, and that one says, "Hey, go and grab any card that you want, and then you can play that next if you wish." So there is the diplomacy. So you could do that face to face. Hey, Matt, I'll give you this tech if you give me that tech, or I'll give you that tech if you give me 5 credits, for example.
But it isn't necessary.
No, it's not necessary.
And is it as loose as what TI can be? Because TI almost everything's for negotiation.
No, it's not. So the one thing that it really does remind me of TI. So it's not as loose in terms of the negotiation. It is very structured. However, there is a council every 7 turns.
Yep.
And that council determines where the victory points come from. So obviously there's a center home world called the Nexus, which is essentially Mechatol Rex. If you control that, and when the council convenes, you get 12 points towards your 10. How the scoring works, however, is that every council we vote on a new, essentially like victory condition, which is, hey, the person who has the most amount of populous buildings, populous settlements, worlds, gets 12 victory points.
Yeah.
Now, if you've already scored that, great. The next time the council comes around, if you're still the winner, no one else scores it. However, if I push for it, I can then score that victory point, and then every council we add a new one on top of it, and then there's more victory conditions that we can keep going for, and people can score the old ones. Very similar to TI, where there's an objective that's still open, but you can only score it once.
Yeah, and this, what I'm about to say is probably going to be a bit of a miss for anyone listening who hasn't played TI. It sounds like that they fixed to some degree that Imperial problem, where someone who has taken Mechatol then somehow manages to just sit on Imperials, or what one of two things happen. They'll take it and just keep getting points, or they forever have this target on their back, and then they're basically out of the game at that point.
Yeah, and that does help, because you do actually have to go kick them off of, like, whoever's on it is going to score victory points when the council convenes.
Yeah.
And the council does convene every 7 turns. There are space battles as well. Like, your fighters have different things. It's a very simple rock paper scissors system. The destroyers are better than capitals. Capitals are better than ranged. The rangers and the rangers are better than the destroyers. So it's like you take what you want in. There are some upgrades and stuff that you can do to your ships, but it is very rock paper scissors of, like, this ship is better against you and I've got more of it, therefore I'm probably going to win this battle. Okay. There's not really a lot of randomness when it comes to that. So, look, I'm really enjoying it right now. I really just wanted to bring this up because I wanted to bring some attention to it. Because they've only just released the demo of it due to, believe this Steam Fest thing that went on last month. I really do want to put some more eyeballs on it, because I think for a lot of the TI fans out there, it scratches the same itch without being the same game. So I just wanted to bring that up.
And without requiring an entire day's worth of your life.
That too.
Or bat cake.
Well, bat cake?
Bat cake?
What?
Bat cake.
What's bat cake?
Well, it's when you go. It's when you go to.
Did you say
Alfred.
bat cake?
Bat cake.
Have I had a stroke and I didn't? What's happening?
He said no, Matt. He said bat cake.
Yeah.
Duh.
Okay. Can we talk about my game, because I'm starting to get sad. What's going on?
Yeah,
What's bat cake?
Anyway, let's go from.